Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying back in time to explore one of the most iconic tales in American literature, Washington Irving, Rip Van Winkle. Published in 1819, this story isn't just a charming it's a profound reflection on change, time, and the very nature of who we are. So, grab a comfy seat, and let's unravel the mystery of the man who slept for 20 years. The story is set in a peaceful Dutch-American village nestled at the foot of the beautiful Catskill Mountains in New York. Our protagonist is Rip Van Winkle, a man described as easygoing, kind-hearted, and loved by all the children and dogs in the village. There's just one problem. He has a serious aversion to any kind of profitable labor. This puts him in constant conflict with his wife, Dame Van Winkle, whose sharp tongue and relentless nagging about his laziness echo through their home. Rip's only true companion in these moments is his loyal dog, Wolf, who is just as afraid of Dame Van Winkle as Rip is. One day, to escape another lecture from his wife, Rip takes his gun and his dog and wanders high up into the Catskill Mountains, a place he loves for its wild beauty and solitude. As evening approaches, he hears a strange voice calling his name. He follows the sound and discovers a group of peculiar, bearded men dressed in old-fashioned Dutch clothing. They are silently playing a game of ninepins, and the sound of their bowling balls echoes like thunder through the mountains. Without a word, they motion for Rip to help them serve a mysterious liquor from a keg. Being a sociable and thirsty soul, Rip decides to have a taste himself. The drink is delicious, and after a few sips, he feels drowsy. He lies down for what he thinks will be a quick nap. But this is no ordinary sleep. When Rip finally wakes up, the sun is shining brightly. He feels stiff and sore. His gun is rusted and rotted, and his faithful dog, Wolf, is nowhere to be found. Confused, he starts his journey back to his village, but everything seems different. His beard has grown a foot long and turned gray. As he approaches the village, he sees new houses and strange faces. The people are dressed differently, and they stare at him with suspicion. His own home is in ruins, abandoned and decaying. In a panic, he searches for his family and friends. He finds his favorite spot. The village inn has been replaced by a new building called the Union Hotel. The portrait of King George III has been swapped for one of a man he doesn't recognize, General George Washington. The quiet, sleepy village he left has become a bustling, politically charged town. He learns that 20 years have passed. 20 years. During his long slumber, the American Revolution had come and gone, transforming the colonies into a new nation. He is a stranger in his own home. He eventually finds his grown-up children. His son is a lazy copy of his younger self, and his daughter, now a mother herself, takes him in. He also learns that his sharp-tongued wife, Dame Van Winkle, passed away some time ago. While he feels a pang of sadness, he can't deny a sense of relief and freedom. Rip has become a living relic, a link to a bygone era. He spends his remaining days telling his incredible story to anyone who will listen, becoming a legend in the village he no longer quite belongs to. So, what can we take away from this fantastical tale? At its core, Rip Van Winkle is a powerful exploration of the unstoppable passage of time. It shows us how everything people, societies, and even entire nations is subject to change. Rip's 20-year sleep is a dramatic illustration of how life moves on, whether we are present for it or not. The story also delves deep into the theme of freedom. Initially, Rip seeks freedom from his domestic troubles, from the responsibilities of work and a nagging wife. Ironically, he achieves this freedom through a magical sleep, but the cost is immense. He misses out on his children's lives, the birth of his country, and the natural progression of his own life. This raises a fascinating question. What is the true meaning of freedom? Is it an escape from responsibility or something more? Rip's struggle to adjust to a new world also speaks to the theme of identity. When he returns, he is confronted with a world he doesn't recognize, and in turn, no one recognizes him. He has to redefine himself in this new America. He becomes a symbol of the tension between old traditions and the new realities of a post-revolutionary society. His story shows how much our identity is tied to our time and place. And let's not forget the symbolism. Rip's long sleep can be seen as a metaphor for ignorance or the willful avoidance of responsibility. By sleeping through life's challenges, he misses its most significant moments. The mountains themselves symbolize mystery and the timeless, untamable power of nature, a force far greater than human affairs. The transformation of the village from a quiet colonial outpost to a lively American town perfectly mirrors the historical shift happening in the country at the time. The moral lessons are timeless. First and foremost, change is inevitable. We can't stop it, and trying to resist it is futile. Adapting to change is a fundamental part of personal growth. Secondly, the story is a cautionary tale about avoiding responsibility. While Rip's laziness is presented with humor, the consequences are serious. He loses 2 decades of his life, a stark reminder that our choices or our refusal to choose have a profound impact. Life will move forward, with or without us. Rip Van Winkle holds a special place in literary history. It was one of the first truly American short stories to gain international fame, establishing Washington Irving as a leading literary figure. It masterfully blends folklore, humor, and social commentary, capturing the spirit of a young nation trying to find its own identity. Its influence is vast, having been adapted into countless plays, films, and children's stories, securing its place in our collective cultural memory. It's a story that reminds us to stay awake to our own lives, to embrace change, and to appreciate the time we have. What do you think Rip's story teaches us? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the Catskill Mountains. If you enjoyed this analysis, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next literary adventure. Until next time, stay curious,